welcome back to Raving and Reviewing. My name R and this is my co-host V.
Hey guys, what's up?
We are reviewing episode 5 of Falcon and Winter Soldier Truth,
Ooh, yeah.
where we find out that Bucky is soon going to have a new girlfriend.
Oh, I wish.
That's gonna piss Falcon off.
That was so great. That was so great. I enjoyed the crap out of that.
Yeah, it's a good scene. And then they called it 10 minutes later, they're like, stay away from my sister.
Well, I like how when he starts and he sees her, he's like, hey.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, hi. Then they had like a little awkward moment. I was like, okay, that was cute. And I figured that was going to be it, right? I thought that was just something like silly that they were doing. And then I like how afterwards he's like, don't flirt with my sister.
Exactly.
And then the next time he sees her, he's like, hey, Sarah. And he like puts a little bit more to it. That was great. I liked it. They had a little bit of chemistry, but.
Then he's playing with their kids almost.
Oh, yeah.
He's sleeping on the bed. They're playing with the shield.
He's
and he's
smiling.
like, hey, kids. Yeah.
He's like, call me baby daddy. I'm fine with that. It was good. It was good. The one thing that, now that you mentioned the kids, I like how they were just like easily like carrying the shield. Isn't it supposed to be like super heavy and they're just like carrying it?
No, it's supposed to be super light.
Is it?
But super strong, yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, how are these kids just like carried it? And then you see like a couple scenes later, like Falcon's just trying to get control of it. I'm like, give it to the kids. They were having more fun with it than you. But yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, it was good. I liked that whole scene in New Orleans. It was very good and like a lot of character development and like just development between their chemistry as well. So I mean Falcon and the Winter Soldier, not Sarah and Bucky.
Well,
they don't need any development. That was there from the get-go. I want more. That was so good. I want more.
I saw some people earlier, maybe you said it, that called it episode 1, that like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think it was in the trailer.
Oh, could have been, yeah.
Yeah, it was in the trailer or some kind of behind the scenes or something like that. So I don't know if they're gonna explore that. I hope Sarah comes back. I did like her in this episode too. She was kind of like Falcon's home base, right? Like,
yeah.
And also his purpose for doing what he does, right? Her family and her and their family kind of fuels Sam's character. So
exactly, yeah. I mean, he's like, your world is part of my saving the world. So.
Right. Because she's like, aren't you supposed to go save the world? Well, you're part of the world. You're a big part of the world, right? So, yeah, liked it a lot. New Orleans again was one of the better parts. Well, the whole episode was great, but it was one of my favorite parts of the episode.
No, yeah, I mean, this episode was one of the best ones. I mean, they're all pretty good. I think this show, has been doing a pretty great job. I've been impressed for like my expectations are pretty low, and they're definitely surpassing it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Each episode.
For sure. Like to me, this was better than the last episode. I was a little iffy on that one because the pacing for me was a little off for the last episode, but this episode was good.
I think the pacing was weird. I felt like this was 2 different episodes put together, it should have been longer. Like it was long, but I felt like they should have been 2 separate episodes of one where they finish stuff outside of New Orleans and then New Orleans.
Well, I think I liked it. I liked it because they didn't just have one stream of storyline. There was actually several stories going. Yeah, so there was Sam in New Orleans, but before that, there's also John Walker and his sort of storyline. Then it's the Flag Smashers and their storyline, right? And then in the back, throughout the overarching thing, which really wasn't that big of a deal, but that was driving Carly's stories. What's the organization?
The GRC is shut down, like the place they were hanging out.
Right. So there was that stuff going on, and yeah, I think there was a lot going on, but I enjoyed it, and I liked the way that they were kind of intertwining and moving the story forward. But I think there's a lot of big moments that happened in this episode too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the biggest one has to be Isaiah Bradley stuff.
Yeah, I think for me, it's
going
just,
there,
they have the shield now, right?
They have the shield.
That's huge.
Well, I mean, it starts off with them fighting John Walker.
What'd you think about that fight?
Okay, whatever.
I feel like Bucky almost saw, like, because he was like I guess this is kind of the first time they're fighting Captain America, right? They've fought with him and not enjoyed it, but this is kind of the first time they're like actively like fighting this guy. And it was almost like Bucky didn't want to hit him.
Yeah, I thought that was my thought when I saw it. I texted you, like, it seems like he's holding back or resisting. Because, like, when you see him, we've seen Bucky, like, full force as Winter Soldier. Like, he's a force to be reckoned with. Like, they're not going to stop him. Yeah. Here, it's like, he seems pretty weak. Like, he's getting thrown across the room, like, multiple times. And his arm gets short-circuited. And it's like, really? Come on.
Yeah. I thought it, but I think there was, like... a lot of like back and forth with Bucky and the Falcon, because anytime Bucky was down, Falcon was able to take over.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they were doing good.
They were doing pretty good. But there was a big moment in this fight too where John Walker. I think one thing is like after this, I was just like, okay, now he's willing to kill anybody who gets in his way of being Captain America. So that's it. He doesn't have. I don't think there can be really a big redemption arc. I don't even think they're gonna explore that. I don't think like that's it. That was it for him. The moment he ripped out the Falcon's wings, and then he tried to, you know, basically kill him, right? He was doing the same thing he did to one of the Flag Smashers that he killed a couple of episodes ago, or last episode rather. So that's it. I think there's no more redemption for this guy.
I mean, it reminds me of something always like when it goes to Daredevil season 1 and 2, so good. The Punisher season where like Punisher's first introduced and he's like, you're one bad day from becoming me.
Right.
Like Daredevil turning evil.
Yeah.
And it's like one bad day, and then his like John Walker's bad day just happened of you had the darkest day of your friend was killed. Witnessed on TV, and like that's it. There's no turning back. You're evil now. Like
there's
this is your bad day. Like that's turning point. That's like he is U.S. agent. He is the evil one now.
Yeah, and I was wrong actually, because I thought the government was going to try to shove it under the rug and hush hush, but no, they followed through. They took his they revoked him being Captain America. So
yeah, I mean they had
point one for the government. Yeah, I guess so. He was caught like.
Well, that's like later on. That's like there's very few scenes with him, but then we get to the big surprise guest, Elaine from Seinfeld.
I'm shocked you weren't as excited, but I guess we don't know.
I was confused. I was more confused than like excited. I was like, "Oh, it's Elaine," and I'm like, "Wait, is it Elaine?" Because I haven't seen she's what 30 years older than the show.
I mean, she looks great.
No, she looks good for sure. But I was like, I haven't seen Veep, what she's famous for now, which I hear is great.
Yeah, I saw like
I was like, I don't really know what she looks like.
Yeah, well, that's what she looks like.
Yeah, but no, I mean, she comes in, she doesn't steal the show, but she does like a great like sinister kind of person.
I think
and we all had to Google who she was. There's a million articles written about her now.
I think she had a good like haha moment where she's like, "Call me Belle," but like not out loud. I thought that was pretty funny. Like that's a funny line. So I thought that was good. And she wasn't really menacing. Like I would expected her to be a little bit more, but maybe that's not her character.
I mean, she had the little line of like, "Oh, I know you don't have the shield. Well, it's a dirty state secret.
Yeah,
like, we don't own the shield actually." And it's like,
is
she working? Is she for the government? Is she not? So I mean, everyone Googled who she was. She is Madam Hydra.
Oh yeah.
At least in some of the storylines, she's not always Madam Hydra. So that's why she's like Hydra is major Captain America secret organization of evil. So like, is she doing that? Then other people are saying that like she has dated Nick Fury in the past.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna put that into the story. But I think she's definitely gonna be evil, because I feel like anytime a woman wears high heels like this, is that sexist? I don't know.
Sharon Carter.
Yeah, she's definitely evil. I'm calling it. After this episode, I'm calling
Black Widow.
Black Widow doesn't wear heels like this. She's usually like more sporty. She's got to kick butt, man.
She wears heels in like Iron Man too.
All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know. That's just my guess. I think she might be evil though. I don't know if the heels have anything to do with it, but
no, I mean she's definitely like an evil, or at least working for her own benefit.
Yeah, selfishness.
than something that's very good. So like, I mean, she's pretty much recruiting him.
Yeah.
To do whatever she wants, and it's like, is she gonna be? Where do we see her next? I mean, rumors are she was supposed to be in Black Widow, or she is in Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I have some thoughts of like maybe she's forming some kind of team. Amanda Waller. Yeah, like an Amanda Waller kind of type. I mean, Nick Fury is compared to Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
Here and like, there. So like Nick maybe Fury she's like a more female Nick Fury.
Yeah. Yeah. Who might have, like you said, right? She might not have her like the government's best interest for the world. Yeah, she might be working for a selfish cause. Mm-hmm. Could be possible, but Amanda Waller, at least the Arrow version of her, never seemed selfish to me. Like she had a job to do that she was doing, right? So I don't know if you can fully compare her, but we don't even know what her arc is, right? So
no, I mean Arrow one is pretty much who she is. I mean, she does things for her own benefit.
Okay, all right. Well, like I don't know the comic book version. From like the Arrow version, I always thought she was like, she did things for like more of the greater good rather than for her own selfish need. Because if it was
the greater good, but is it always the greater good?
No, but that doesn't mean she's doing it out of selfishness. Well, yeah, that's for everybody, right? Even the government has an opinion on what's good and bad, but they're not always right. So, like, that's what I mean.
Fury, same for Nick Fury.
Yeah, same for like Arrow, right?
Like, yeah, same for Arrow, same for Bucky and Zemo and everybody.
Okay, so everybody's wrong. We've established that. Nobody knows what the heck they're talking about. All right, so I guess the next scene, or I don't know if this is the next scene, but like Zemo has...
Yeah, that's the next thing we see, I think, is Zemo at the memorial for Sokovia.
Right. And that was a good callback, right? Because he obviously was affected by it, and he mentioned it a couple of times.
He's like, you never visit the memorial, the monument. Yeah. And I mean, the scene I think with Bucky wasn't that great. I thought it was whatever.
No, I think it was just like him doing shooting the gun
and then like bullets fall. It's like, okay, yeah.
That was so dumb. I was like, my thought was like, I'm like, what? They just randomly used slow mo in this episode. Yeah. I'm like, why? Why is he slowly throwing the bullets?
They watched the Snyderverse. The Snyder cut.
They got inspired by it. Yeah. And then there's this one scene where Bucky's walking somewhere in one of the scenes, and it goes into slow mo, and I'm like, I don't get why. I think he's on the boat and he's walking slowly, so it was some.
But that was a montage. They had a montage on the boat several times.
No, this was just one scene where Bucky's walking, and it was so confusing to me. And I was like, okay, I guess whatever. The choices that the camera angles and some of the stuff was a little weird too. But they've been doing weird camera angles all throughout the series. I mean, it's little stuff. It doesn't really bother me, but it's just what I've noticed.
This episode had some vibes of like when they're in the Senate and stuff. It gave me like House of Cards vibes a bit, like early seasons. And then like it completely switches to like happy Southern, like like New Orleans, like the whole different, like it's showing you a different side of the world. So
I think you're seeing everyone's perspective, right? Mm-hmm. Like what John Walker is going through, what Carly's going through, and what our main characters are going through. So yeah, it was interesting. I can see why you're saying that it didn't like weave together so well, but I didn't get that vibe. So I guess it just depends on your opinion.
Yeah. No, but Zemo is now being turned over to the Wakandans. AO, I don't know, they just like lead him to the ship, and they're like, we're gonna drop him off at the raft.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, what do you think Zemo is gonna do next? You asked me to ask you this, so I'm asking.
I mean, everyone wants to know what Zemo gonna do next, and what's in the raft. The raft is where Captain America was held captive.
Okay.
After in Civil War. Or I mean, I guess not Captain America, but at least the Falcon, Winter Soldier, like that. Captain America's whole team was captured there.
Yeah, everyone was chilling there. He's apparently gonna live out his life there, though. Like he's stuck there, apparently, according to the Wakandans.
So who runs that raft facility?
I don't know.
Ross from the Hulk.
Okay.
He's the head of the Sokovian Accords. That is Ross.
Okay, I'm gonna look. I thought you were talking about what's his face, Martin Friedman, because he had something.
No,
to do with it, but...
I mean, maybe they'll bring him in for something, but no, the Ross is more the main guy. So people have been expecting. It's like, when are we going to see Ross in this show? When are we going to see Ross?
Yeah. Okay. I had to look his face up. Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah.
Yeah, the mustache
guy. Yep.
Ron Swanson.
Not as cool though. Let's be real.
So they're assuming that Ross is forming a team of some sort. And
Martin Freeman's character is Ross too, right? I thought it was. There's too many people. I'm getting all confused now.
I mean, I know he was in Black Panther.
Yes. Yep.
I don't know what else he was in. He was in Ragnarok, maybe.
Was he? I don't think so.
No, maybe he was in Civil War, I think.
He was in Civil War. Yeah, he was in Civil War.
Maybe then we might see him back. But no, this is the other Ross.
Okay.
And he is forming a team, possibly called the Thunderbolts.
Okay.
And the person in charge of the Thunderbolts is Zemo.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, it used to be called the Masters of Evil, I think.
Okay.
I mean, there's different iterations of the team, but one of them will be the Thunderbolts with Zemo in charge.
I guess that's a problem with comic books,
possible
right?
members include Batrock.
Okay.
That bald guy from episode 1. He's back this episode.
Okay, yep.
So, clear. Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Taskmaster.
I already don't like the first guy. Who's the second one you said?
Taskmaster. He's the bad guy in Black Widow.
And Sherlock Holmes, I think. Okay, Ross is definitely coming back.
Did I write anyone else? A Winter Soldier, possibly. Maybe the Red Hulk from Hulk. Who knows?
Okay.
I mean, that's just like I don't know anything about Thunderbolts, but that's the internet is going crazy.
So
like we're gonna get a Thunderbolts TV show, maybe. Okay. Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So wow. Okay. Interesting.
What's the same as what's going on with Madam Hydra? Who is she forming? And some people was like Dark Avengers, and it's like U.S. Agent John Walker could be her first person, and then the second one would be the Black Widow sister, the Russian blonde lady.
I think it's more likely that we'll get the Dark Avengers than the Thunderbolt. That's what I'm thinking.
Thunderbolts seem more likely than Dark Avengers, because I don't think today you'd go around there and be like, here's a TV show called Dark Avengers.
I guess not. But like, there's not too much setup, at least not from this show, right? In Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you see like Dark Captain America, and you see Madam Hydra, who's actually part of the person who's starting this organization. So that's why I'm leaning more towards, maybe they won't call it Dark Avengers, but
yeah, maybe they have a different name. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't see too much, like, I don't know if Zemo will I want him to continue coming into like more of these shows, but I don't know. It seemed like they pretty much closed out his arc from at least that scene that we had in this episode.
No, just hearing him say like them going to the raft, it's like, all right, they're doing something. With Zemo, like he's getting his own show or something. I mean, maybe we're just assuming there's two different people. Maybe Madam Hydra and Ross are working together.
Could be.
And they're just forming one team.
Yeah, could be.
Another other thing I saw is that, do you think maybe the Fontaine lady is the power broker? No, right?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that would be kind of silly. I'm still sticking with Sharon. I don't know. She had no connection to
this episode,
story.
We can get to that next because it was just one scene. It's like Sharon has a suspicious phone call. If you didn't have subtitles on, you didn't know what the fuck they said.
Yeah.
But I did, and it clearly was Batrock. It said it in the subtitles, so like.
Yeah. Yep.
But you would have found out at the end. Yeah, she hires the guy to I guess help the Flag Smashers.
The Flag Smashers, yeah. But we kind of already had an inkling that she's either the power broker or working for them. Yeah. So if I guess it could be Val.
If it's not her, do they really want to wait till the last episode to reveal that?
Yeah, it'd be kind of silly.
Introduce a new person.
Yeah. See, that's my fear, that they'll like, I don't mind if it's Sharon. Like, I wouldn't be like disappointed that it's Sharon, but I don't want them to do something over the top and just kind of make it seem, because then it's gonna fall flat. Like I don't really care who the power broker is. I hope they don't try to make that into like a shock factor and have it be something that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. So I also saw some people were like Sharon could be a part of the Thunderbolt or something after this. Like she could be arrested, and then the government's like, all right, let's lead her.
You've been reading internet theories, I see.
Oh yeah.
All right. So it's a possibility. I'm thinking.
I think it's just like because we're gonna get to new TV shows. Like this is a one-off show. What's next? So WandaVision is leading into Young Avengers.
Yeah.
With the 2 kids. Hawkeye has the daughter. She's definitely gonna be in there. We see Falcon. He leaves his wings for Joaquin. We haven't mentioned this yet, but he gives away his old wings, and it's like, yeah, clearly this guy's gonna fix the wings and use them. Will we see that next episode, or what? We not? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's too much. There's too much to do now. I think
Isaiah Bradley's son is gonna be another Captain America like
nephew. Yeah.
Grandson. I don't know. I think grandson. So like they're all leading into like, all right, here's a new show for 2021, 2022, or 2022, 2023.
Right.
Maybe they're movies even. Who knows? Will we get a Falcon movie? Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, you're right. There's too. I think we'll find out more. Just like in WandaVision, we'll find out more at the end of the next episode.
Well, we didn't find out anything at the end of WandaVision.
No, but we know they're setting up for certain things, right? So we knew that the kids are coming back, most likely, right?
True, yeah.
So that was a big thing. I know we knew she was going to go into Doctor Strange, right? And she's learning her powers and all that stuff. So I think the end credit scene might have more things that.
I mean, we got end credit scenes for that, so we definitely got one here.
Yeah.
We had one this episode.
Yep. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to move on to like the big chunk of this episode, which was like Isaiah's story.
Yeah.
So heartbreaking. My God, the poor guy. If I was him, I'd feel the same way. And I kind of like in this episode, Sam kind of like almost was like imposing that he take the shield because he was sort of the first, Black person to be injected with the serum and potentially the first Captain America. So in Sam's head, it was almost like Isaiah was like the real owner of the shield. But I think after hearing Isaiah's side of the story, it was kind of clear that if he took on the shield, A, he might be too old for that. And B, it's just, he's been treated so unfairly that it's so not fair. I mean, he was basically arrested and they experimented on him the first time around, right? They were injecting him and I'm assuming a bunch of other African-American soldiers with the serum and lying to them about what it was. And then once he tried to save his crew members, because some of them didn't have a good reaction to it, right? So the government was just going to blow them up and he saved them. And because he tried to save them, they basically arrested him and did all these types of experiments on him to see. Yeah, they branded him. They checked, why did it work for him, right? So he was basically tortured and then saved by a nurse. On top of that, they cut off all his contact from his wife, right? She never got any of his letters. Clearly, he, lost someone he was in love with, lost his prime years in life, and now he's living as a refuge and his story's been erased. Not been treated fair whatsoever. So yeah, how it was heartbreaking listening to all of that, and some of it actually echoes what probably happened in American history, right? So really hard
I saw a bunch of people say that like that is true, like they were testing out, I guess, injections for like syphilis or something. Like you said, tetanus here, but like they used to just give people random shots tested on a bunch of African Americans that living wherever, and they're like, okay, you deal with, we'll see the reactions and see what happens.
Right.
They didn't help him out.
Nope.
And it's like it shows you the difference between him and Steve. So like in the first movie, Steve, the story pretty much like parallels what Steve did. He leaves his camp, abandons them to find Bucky's, where Bucky's and the rest of them were captured by the Red Skull. And he frees them, brings them back, and he's praised. He's like, oh, thank God he saved all these people. But here, same thing. He goes, frees a bunch of his other like African Americans that are captured in the POW camps. Comes back, gets branded, gets saying like blamed, put in jail,
punished, right?
And it's like he's like they had never like the big thing is like they'd never let a black man be Captain America.
Yeah, that's like chills because it's crazy. Like we can't deny the history that America stands on, and I think this was a really good way to talk about it. I know there's people who just don't want to hear it, and I think this was necessary. I think also because it tied into the story so well, right?
Yeah.
It was an intriguing story, heartbreaking, sure, but I was very invested when Isaiah was talking. I mean, like I already said when he first made an appearance, this actor was a great selection, but just like his eyes were just doing the acting, and same with like Sam's reaction. It was, I think this scene was so powerful. I really enjoyed it, and not just for what they were like saying, but just I think it gave so much to the story as well, right?
Yeah.
And it makes sense with the Marvel story, Marvel universe, and it's just as interesting that it kind of reflects what has happened in real life. So it was done really well, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the lines, I don't know the exact one, but like he's like, if you're black, you know this isn't real. Like you're blind if you think this is actually like you think things have changed. You're blind. And like Sam has that hope that like he's like, no, things have changed, things have progressed. I know people that will make this right for you. And he's like, no one can make this right. Then they put me in jail.
Right. He won't get like, his wife back, right?
He's not his time that he was away.
Right. The torture he endured.
Yeah.
That can't be erased. He lives, you can tell he lives it every day, right?
Yeah.
It's not, it won't matter at this point, right? And that's his journey, right? That's Isaiah's viewpoint. I don't think that that's a good enough motivation for Sam not to go forward and have the shield and,
Yeah, and I mean, to say like he'll reject the shield. Like I'm assuming Isaiah was thinking like, throw it away, destroy it. Like, I don't want it. You shouldn't have it either.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like for me. I thought that's what he was saying. And at a point, I'm just like, I guess you're right, but that hasn't been Sam's experience. Not with Steve, not with the Avengers. And yeah, at the end of the day, he's still a black man from like New Orleans, and we saw a lot in the second episode rather, right? Like the cops, when they're talking, they listen more to Bucky than Sam. Right. So there is certain things that he understands himself as a Black American. Right.
Yeah.
And that's why he's hesitant to take the shield. That's why he gave it away in the first place. Right. And that's something Bucky acknowledges later on. So I think it was really interesting for Sam to understand Isaiah's point of view and his struggle and his story. But I also like that he is now moving forward. Right. He's understanding, okay, obviously his life is a whole lot better than what Isaiah went through, and he acknowledges that, and he also acknowledges that it's not perfect, but now he can take the shield and work towards that, right? At the end of the day, it was given to him by someone who he trusts, right? And that's what it symbolizes for him. I think that's what we came to towards the end of this episode. So
oh yeah, I'm definitely, I mean, this is like a great way to show like things that happened in 2020, like all this, the riots, Black Lives Matter, and it's like things have not changed in the last 30, 40, 50 years.
Are they better? Sure, but what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're not 100%.
Right. What does that mean?
I mean, like, and for Sam's point, he's on the side that, like, yeah, things have changed, things have improved.
Yeah, and he acknowledged,
like, having a symbol that is someone that is a Black Captain America maybe will make it even better.
Yeah, yeah. And it's interesting, he said that you can't have a Black Captain America post an Obama world, which I thought was really interesting, because the first thing I took, like when he said that you can't have a Black Captain America, and I was just like, we had Obama. We had a president that was Black, and yet there's Black Americans that still feel this way, right? Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's interesting.
So one thing that came on in the internet, like I think over Friday to Saturday, or like, what about War Machine?
Yeah.
He, in Iron Man 3, he takes up the role of Iron Patriot. and he has the star. He's pretty much Iron Man with the Captain America suit.
Right.
And everyone's like, of them. Yeah, he's like a mesh of the two perfectly. And it's like, he is not he is a representation of America. Like,
yeah.
I'm blanking on his name, but Don Cheadle's character. What's his name?
Oh, shoot. Rhodey, yes.
And it's like Rhodey never was like a symbol of America. That's a new thing. They're just like a new character. But he is. He's not ever like, he's not ever referred as like Tony Stark, like level of greatness. He's just the yes man to the government.
Correct.
I mean, until like he breaks away and like does things on his own. But like he, like in Iron Man 2 and 3, he was really literally just like the yes man for the military. Like, just do this, go do that.
But Iron Man's not a symbol of America like Captain America is, right?
No, not at all.
Right. So there's a difference. That's why maybe Don Cheadle, War Machine, doesn't have that recognition as you know, like the Patriot, or because the Captain America's character was created for like nationalism and patriotism.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's it. Like, people don't have the nationalism towards a black person.
If anything, I would compare Iron Man to more of like a symbol of capitalism. I don't know. That's kind of what I would assume he was.
Yeah, I mean, you see the Stark industry, the party that they have every year, the Stark Expo.
Right. But hey, no hate there. Capitalism works better than all the other isms, so we'll take it. It's not perfect, but it works a little bit better than the other isms.
No, but I think that's great. I think it was needed.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from a Marvel show, that's pretty great. Like, seeing like,
oh yeah, definitely. I think it was good. I will say, I don't think a lot of people are gonna like it. I will say that because of the way they, and I don't know if it's because Captain Marvel wasn't done right, that they just kind of screamed wokeness rather than understanding. And I didn't like Captain Marvel. My reasons were not for, all those, but I just didn't think it was a good enough story, and she wasn't a good enough character that was intriguing.
I hope the second one fixes that, though.
I hope so too. I think they just need to rewrite her a little bit. Like, I don't know. I don't know. She just didn't do it for me, No. So compared to that and the story of Isaiah and the way this was handled is a lot more different for me. I think this was done really well, and to me it echoes the past, period. End of story, right? His story could have been a story of someone else in the past.
No, I mean, you're saying like people won't like it. So there's this one guy I watch on TikTok all the time. He does like these theories. He's like I don't know much about him. You see TikToks that are 60 seconds and then you swipe the next, but he's been doing theories for WandaVision. He's been doing stuff for Falcon every week. And he's been mentioning that all Isaiah stuff, and he's like, this is giving you hints at like the racism of America, and things have not changed.
Yeah.
And then all his comments are like, what are you talking about? Just what are you talking about? That's not real. Just stop talking about this. And he made a video where he was crying, almost like, he was in tears, like, and he's like, we watched this episode and you still are selling me that this isn't relevant. This isn't important. And he's crying about it. And then like he shows like the messages he's getting, like the N-word to him.
There you go. See,
listen. And like people are reacting to it like, that's fucking crazy. Like 2021, they're attacking him about a show talking about racism.
Yeah, but the internet's screwing everyone up.
He's excited as a fan to be like, all right, we're finally getting the praise we get. Like a show about Falcon, a black character, becoming
a big deal.
Like I don't know, like he's becoming like the symbol of America. They won't give it to him.
Black Panther was different. It was a huge deal. Of course, it was a huge deal, right? Yeah. Black Panther was first black Marvel superhero that people were like renting theaters and going to see, right? But this is different. This is now an American symbol. It is important.
Yeah.
It is, right? So I get it. At the end of the day, it's just a TV show. I get it. I get both sides, but I don't get people who do stuff like this, right? Where they're like,
no, like they're sending him hate to this guy on TikTok for making videos about like being happy, making theories.
It's so funny. It's so funny because they're basically like making true what he said about America today, right?
Yeah,
They are
what
now.
What Isaiah's saying is true.
Right. What Isaiah is saying is now true because you're sitting here using the N-word and, that's not right.
No.
You can have whatever opinion you want about this topic, right? That's up to you. Listen, I'm not going to get into an argument with anyone over this. It's crazy that other people cannot have their own opinions on this anymore. Yeah, it's just everybody just gets angry anytime someone else voices something that they don't perceive as their reality.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's insane to me. Like, relax, okay? Relax. I can't. All right. let's go on to a little bit more of a happier, and we talked about this a little bit more, but fixing the boat. We talked a little bit with Sam and Bucky, but I just think it was so great. This is fun.
No, it's great. I mean, it's them two getting along.
Just making jokes with each other. Yeah. Mending the boat, mending their relationship. It was great. Exactly, yeah. I loved it. And it then segued into them, like the scene in the trailer, right? The first scene where they're throwing around the
shield. Playing catch with the shield.
Right.
Catching up, talking. And then they have a great conversation there.
My favorite.
And I love the line. You weren't amending, you were avenging.
Oh, I love that, dude. I love that. That was
that should be cringy, but it's good.
It's not, because I said it in the episode where he goes and he's being nice to the guy whose son he killed. Yeah, what was his name?
Yuri.
There we go. I'm really bad with names, but that was so good because I'm like, yeah. See, this is why Sam and I, since last episode, I'm like, yeah, he's my man. He gets it. He gets everything. He's so smart. Just clearly sees things and never rushes into anything. So I think he's going to make a great Captain America. Yeah. But I like when he said that. And I think Bucky is in the next episode going to go and tell Yuri what happened and really like take.
Well, I mean, Sam tells him he's going to do something, fix one problem at a time.
Right.
And like that's the only thing he actually saw him fix other than the senator, that he whenever he did something to her car. Yeah. I don't really remember what happened.
I don't know what happened. I mean, we liked Yuri, so we remember more of what happened with him and Yuri. But yeah, I think that's good. I hope he comes back, and I hope he does, because I was really upset when he was like his interaction with Yuri. Although it came from like a good place, I think it was so unfair.
Yeah, I mean,
so I want them to close that loop out because I didn't like it.
Yeah, I think next episode that will most likely definitely happen.
Yes, but I also liked it because this is also after the scene they kind of part ways, right? And it's kind of now.
I don't like that. I don't like that they're separated. But I guess for like next episode they will be apart and then they'll join together to like team up to fight.
Because you have to understand they're both going to have different arcs after this, so I think a lot of that is also going to play into the next episode. But I also like before they kind of like go their separate ways, they're just like, oh, we're just the guy who knew a guy who both knew a guy, right? And they're like, who's no longer here? And they're like, oh, I guess we're just a pair of guys then. You know how they're trying to figure out what their relationship is? They're like, I thought that was kind of funny, and like they ended like on a really peaceful note.
And it was nice.
Even though like throughout the whole series they had each other's back. Like, let's be real. They had each other's back, right? Anytime anyone needed it, they were there. But I think this was a good gesture, and it solidified their relationship with each other.
No, yeah, I think it was good. I think it was needed. I mean, even Bucky admits, like, he's like, I didn't understand what it meant for the black man to get the shield. Like,
yes, that was. I
didn't understand that.
Yeah, that was good.
Which was good. And then the other scenes on the I think the whole thing in New Orleans, they come back, and he's like, my family did everything to help the community here. I mean, the one scene right before that, she's giving the lunches to the kids, and he's like,
so sweet.
She's like, oh, I make extra lunches for these two other boys because their dad is
kind of
not up because he's working in. I was assuming that dad was working overnight late.
I was like, is he an alcoholic?
I mean, you can go either way.
One night, you know what? It's probably that he's working overnight.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Okay, that's more fair, actually. I don't know why I just thought I guess I just assumed the worst of everybody. But okay, yours makes a little bit more sense.
But like, she's taking care of the family, like the community now, and like their parents did the same before, so they're like, let's call everybody for help here.
Yeah, Sarah is a superhero in her own right. Is that too cheesy? That might be a little too cheesy, but I stand by it. The girl she deserves it. I love her. Anytime she was on screen, I was just like, yes.
Now I'm gonna bring in the Arrow reference.
Oh no. At least once an episode you do it. Okay, go ahead. What is it?
It's reminded me of when Oliver Queen is running for mayor.
Okay.
And he calls all those people to like clean the beach some reason.
Oh yeah.
Because there was like a drone attack or something.
Okay. Yes.
And then he
right.
calls all rounds up to people and be like, I lived here, my dad lived here, we built this town, or like my dad built this town, so like we're gonna help give back to the smaller glades and whatever. And that reminded me of like him, the Falcon's like my parents help you guys out, so come help us build, rebuild. And I was like, that's reminiscent. Like Falcon can run for mayor of New Orleans later.
Oh, I'd vote for him. I'd vote for him. Yeah.
No, that just, I mean, that made me think of, and then like them two when they're talking and like they're on the shield, it reminded me a lot of scenes with like Oliver and Diggle like just talking. It's like Oliver, you need help. You need to talk to somebody. You need to like figure things out. Like whatever happened on the island happened. You gotta like.
You're right.
And it's
Sam's
like
the Diggle.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
No, yeah, I like that. I mean, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. I think that this episode was tough, and it needed a little bit of like that lightheartedness as well, because a lot of the other stuff was kind of serious.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was definitely like a tonal shift between like what's happening outside and what's happening here at home.
Like a mass like killing being planned. This guy lying about who killed his best friend to freaking make himself look good.
Yeah, so why would you mention this? So he goes to talk to the parents of Lamar, and he lies to them that I got justice for your son by killing that guy.
Yeah. And you know what? The one good thing about this guy was that his friendship with this guy was pure, and now he destroyed that too. So screw this guy. I'm done with him. I'm done. After he lied, I'm like, you mother. Oh, I hate when they do that. Like,
and the sister gave the sister was like, this guy, something's wrong with this guy.
I love the sister. She was just like, I am not buying anything you're serving me. Like, Yeah. She gave him there was a couple of like camera
dirty looks that like were like focused on her. Like, she's like, I don't trust this guy.
No, is he the girl he's married to? I assume she was actually black too. Is she not?
I mean, she could. I mean, she reminds me of Meghan Markle.
Oh, like maybe
she could be a half,
or like maybe Hispanic or something. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I was just like, it's very interesting, like his dynamic.
He's the Meghan Markle, and he's the Charles.
He's
Charles. Is that him? Is that the other one?
No, it's God. I don't know my.
I think it's him.
Is it no? Prince Charles is the dad. William, yeah. I thought they had a problem with William. No.
No, but which is the one that's here? The one that's married to Meghan Markle is which one?
It's Harry.
Harry. That's
that I knew. Harry. It's Prince Harry. Yes. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So he's the Harry.
He's the Harry. But Harry's good, apparently. I don't know.
No, I don't know anything about these people.
About the royals. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was interesting. I think the sister's on to him, but the parents ate it up, gave him the picture that he took, and it just, to me, just not genuine anymore. He's now protecting himself and his actions, and it's just now you're not letting the parents grieve properly, right? Because you essentially lied.
I mean, he kind of let them rest easy, like, oh, I got justice for your son. But is that satisfaction? Is that like? I
guess ignorance is bliss. I guess.
I mean, it's probably going to be on the news. Like,
I can't with him. I can't. I really can't. He's definitely the dark Captain America now. It's done. I was like, oh, maybe like, because last episode your friend died, and not that it justifies, but maybe it slightly humanizes you, but this to me is just like, no, man. If
there's no redeeming him now.
No, like, I think if he was honest with them and say, listen, I acted because seeing my best friend killed in front of me, and what I did was wrong, and if he had come to that realization with their because he's with Lamar's parents, that's got to do something to you. But it was almost like he just needed to get through this process. It wasn't even like something genuine.
Yeah, no.
Right? It wasn't his first thought. It was something his wife said, right? You have to go talk to the parents. So.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and then also the lady that he meets him, she's like, if you did it, and if you didn't do it in public, you probably did the right thing.
Yeah, I know. What the heck? So she's definitely not the good guy in this.
I mean, he would probably got away with it if he didn't do it on camera.
True. I mean, we're sure like Captain America has killed people, right? Like the original.
He's killed dozens.
Yeah, so I guess it's not the killing; it's just the way he did it and his reasonings behind
it. Exactly, that's the way he did it. Is I think more of the issue than anything.
Yeah.
Represent someone in the U.S. killing on foreign soil. It's always an issue.
Yeah, it's always an issue.
Then the Flag Smashers take over New York City.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I was shocked when they were there.
I was like,
yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna be subpar. There's gonna be a quick fight.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't really care. Like they can destroy some other stuff, capture, I don't know, hold hostage.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Honestly, they're not powerful enough in my eyes. I think they're gonna be.
I mean, they're powerful.
Yeah, they're an army of super soldiers. Yeah. You're right. But they're just not intriguing.
Like, there's
enough.
no demands or anything. Yeah, it's not interesting really.
Yeah.
Like, what are they really trying to do? Like, you want more supplies? All right, take them. Like, get a job. Like, come on. Like for me, like the people like that. She's like, yeah, get a job and pay for all these people's food. Like. There's your answer.
Well, there's no jobs. That was her complaint. There's too many people now.
Adapt. She's not adapting. She be a teacher.
She is adapting. She's killing people. That's her adapt.
So she wants to be a teacher. Fucking go figure out how to be a teacher.
I think maybe that's
use your money and donate to like these homeless people. Like I don't know.
Maybe that's how she'll end. She'll be like a teacher in prison or something.
Maybe. I don't know. I think I'm not interested in her storyline at all anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad they were sprinkled in this episode. It wasn't like a big thing.
Yeah. I'm a U.S. agent. I was like, it's not. I don't care for. I think I'm more interested in like Bucky becoming. I mean, where is Bucky going and where is Falcon going?
Yeah.
Than villains.
I hope him and Zemo have more scenes together. Just because Zemo is just so funny.
I think Zemo's done for this. Yeah, unless post-credit scene, but I think he's done for now.
I think you're right. I think he's done for Falcon and Winter Soldier. His story, at least in this arc, was pretty complete.
Yeah. And the last thing is we get the box. Well, second to last thing.
Yes. Second to last.
We get the Pulp Fiction, kind of like you don't see what's in the box when he opens it.
The Wakandans do a favor because Bucky asked them, right? When Zemo's didn't take it, he's like, actually, I need a favor from you guys. Okay. All right, I guess they're like, fine, whatever you need. They're really accommodating people, Wakandans. They'll always be doing favors, man. Like, I feel like half the, actually, yeah, that's true. Half of the equipment they have is because of the Wakandans.
Yeah, I mean, Bucky's arm.
The shield. Yeah, the shield. Something with Iron Man too, right? Or, no, Iron Man's all his own. It's all his own. But yeah, for Captain America's team, yeah, definitely a lot of the Wakandans have been helping out. So
yeah. So I mean, assuming it's going to be the full suit.
Yeah, I think it's a suit with the. Yeah, I actually didn't think about the wings, but yeah, he's still got to be the Falcon, right? That's his origin. So yeah, that probably makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see it. I mean,
I was pissed that they ended it there. I'm like, can't you just like have a camera angle just to give me a glimpse of what was in there? I just wanted to see a little piece. That's it. I wanted a little taste, you know.
But no, I think they're like, we're gonna save it for the last episode.
Yeah, which is fair. I think there's gonna be an epic scene with him putting it on. I can't wait. Yeah. Can't wait.
Then we get the first post-credit scene of the show.
I like how in your notes you have written "broken ass shield." That's pretty funny.
I mean, that's what, like that shit's gonna break, or maybe they're gonna put that one in the museum instead. That's like a fake one.
No, that needs to break. I mean, come on. What does he think? They have like vibranium in the original shield, and this is what is this? It's metal. Like, no, put it away. Work on another project. Take a nap, and then go to jail. That's all you got to do. You're done. You're done.
Yeah, they're gonna destroy that shield.
Yeah, they're gonna destroy him with it. I think he's gonna, in the end of this, he's just gonna like limp away.
I mean, I wonder is he gonna go after Falcon or is he going after Carlin? He's going after Falcon.
Oh, definitely, because he has the shield. So he's gonna try to.
Wants the real shield.
Yeah, I think so. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna try to like fight with this and then take the real shield.
Yeah.
Maybe because he thinks the Falcon isn't going to use it because the Falcon did give it away.
Who knows? I mean, he kept saying to himself, he's like, I am Captain America. Yeah, like, I am.
He's
like,
fucking deluded. He's deluded.
Yeah,
he's deluded.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have a lot of things to tie up now.
There's a lot. And I don't think they're going to tie everything off.
No, we're going to be like, oh, that's it. Come on.
Yeah. There's going to be more to come in different
You think it's
going
to be a longer episode?
I think it's going to be the same as this one. Maybe like 10 minutes longer. I hope so. Maybe like 70.
I can see this being like 65, 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 60 with like 10 minutes credits.
I hope so. I want there to be like a complete, like, especially some of the main stories, there's got to be a complete arc.
I mean, the first 2 episodes had big grand fights. Then we had like the bunker with the explosion. That was a big fight. I think last episode that didn't have much fights, but this episode had the fight in the beginning.
Yeah.
So like, I'm assuming the next big fight, the next like big fight scene, there'll be like several.
I think there's going to be more. Yeah, I think there's obviously going to be a fight with the Flag Smashers.
What do you predict will happen next episode?
Yeah, so I think there's going to be them just basically, they're going to have a fight with the Flag Smashers, but I think eventually what's going to end up stopping this whole movement is them like getting through to Carly. I think that's definitely going to take place. The other thing is, like we mentioned several times, Bucky is going to finish out his arc from the first episode and kind of come full terms with what he's done in the past, and then be of aid to the new Captain America. And we're going to see a scene with Captain America, and I'm going to be so excited when he puts on the suit. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be really epic, and they're going to play the music, and it's just going to be perfect. And let me stop making myself get excited because I don't want to be disappointed. But yeah, I think that's what I'm waiting for. Like, I don't even care if the episode's not that good. If they do the perfect music with him coming out at the perfect moment, I'll be satisfied.
No, I think they're good with that.
Oh, they're so good with that. That's why I'll be satisfied. What about you?
When they gave Wanda her suit,
I was happy.
It was kind of random, like it kind of just appeared, but it was cool.
It was cool. I was okay with it. It was a nice moment.
I think they're gonna have a cool scene where they reveal his suit.
Yeah.
But I think I agree with everything. Like same thing before you said the scene with Yuri. I think they're gonna have a heart-to-heart with like Bucky explaining like what happened. And he's going to figure out his problems.
I want to see him cry. Just because I think he needs to let it out a little bit. Give yourself a good cry, Bucky.
Then I think for the Falcon side, he's going to get Isaiah's information into the museum.
Oh, I hope so. I hope he makes, that would be really good.
I don't think he's going to like call him on stage to like do a press conference, but I think he's going to like have like a section of the Captain America Museum dedicated to Isaiah.
Yeah, maybe he'll put like his wife's letters or something like that in there.
Yeah, maybe something.
Letters to his wife or something in the museum. Yeah, Isaiah definitely deserves it. I don't know if he wants it anymore.
He doesn't want it, but I think like the point Falcon's like, we need this. Like, this needs to be shown. Like, you can't erase this. You gotta show the world that this existed for years now.
Right, you're right. Yeah, I think that's going to be really good. I hope they do that. That's actually a really good prediction. And I also think I hope Isaiah doesn't die at the end of this because
I don't think he's gonna die. I think it's just like nothing. Like
he's now that you mentioned the museum, I'm like, what if they like to make the moment a little bit more like impactful?
He passes. Maybe like he passes away.
I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't. I hope there's a scene of him walking by and seeing his letters or whatever they decide to put in there. I think it's got to be the letters because that was like the pivotal focus of.
Yeah, I mean, there's no pictures of him doing anything really.
Right. So, when he's probably describing what's happening to him in the letters to his wife as well, right? So it's perfect momentum. Is that the right word?
No.
Yeah. So.
And other things like where is Chris Evans? We're getting a post-credit scene of Chris Evans in space. Nick Fury space station.
I hope they do that. I don't think Chris Evans is coming back for anything anymore. I think he's done though.
I think we're gonna get Chris Evans on that space
station.
You hold
out hope for that. You hold out hope for that. I can't wait to see you get disappointed next week.
No, I mean, I think it would be a disservice to the show if Chris Evans is back for something.
His story's done. It's now Sam's story. It would be a disservice. That's it. You know what they said this episode, Steve Rogers is gone.
I think that's like anything you say like that to the camera is they're going to do the opposite.
Yeah, like I said, I can't wait to see you disappointed next episode.
I mean, they said, oh, Bucky, stay away from Wakanda. Where's Bucky going next? To Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Huh. Like when they say it to the camera, like, no, don't do that. They're going to do it.
I don't buy it. I don't trust you. Yeah, no. I think it's going to be a good one. I don't think we'll be.
I mean, maybe we'll see Zemo in the raft. That'll be a great scene.
Oh, that'd be a good post-credit scene. But that will definitely solidify that they're going to do the Thunderbolts or like the Dark Avengers.
Because I mean, like in Mandalorian, their post-credit scene was a new announcement for a new show.
New show.
Who says they can't do that here?
That's true. That is true. You think I'll have anything about Loki?
No, not at all.
No.
I think Loki's just his own thing.
That's going to be so fun to watch. Oh my God.
It's far away.
I know.
Like 2 months away still.
Why? This is so unfair. They had WandaVision and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier right away. Like, why you got to make me wait for Loki? Like, that's actually one of the ones I'm super excited for because I love Loki. He's so
He's going to be interesting. Yes. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
It'd be weird. 6 episodes just like this. So I think we're going to get like 45-minute episodes again. 40 to 50.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with that, honestly. It's okay. I'm enjoying the full episodes here, so I'm just going to make the most of it.
I mean, these have been 45 to 50.
Yeah, these have been the longest out of all the other, like, WandaVisions, right? I don't think one episode has been shorter than any episode of WandaVision.
No, WandaVision was just 9, like, 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, very short, yeah. But this is only 6 episodes, so it makes sense.
No, I mean, I think there's a lot for them to cover. Hopefully they can do it all.
Yeah.
If not, we get, like, more than 2 post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
I doubt. I don't know. We're asking for too much.
We're asking for too much. Let's not build ourselves up so we get disappointed.
Where do you see Sharon going now?
Sharon. Well, I do like your theory of her maybe being part of one of these other
organizations
that they're starting. She's not that interesting to me.
I mean, she was cool. She had a good fight scene.
She had a great fight scene, but that was the peak of her awesomeness.
The last episode, she's on the phone.
She's
again on the phone today. This episode.
Sporadic now, so I'm like,
she's busy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if she's the power broker, I guess maybe there would be something with that they could do with the Thunderbolts / Dark Avengers / whatever you think they're planning, because I don't really have too much insight in that. Maybe at the end, maybe get her to go home. That's always unfair.
Falcon's promised to like bring her back to the States.
Yeah, I'd like
in jail.
Yeah, I mean, she deserves to be home at least. I don't know how bad she is, but let the poor girl go home. As of now, that's kind of my prediction.
Will we see the new Falcon?
No.
Too soon.
Too soon. No, I don't think we will. I think the hint that they were giving with, what's his name, Torres?
Yeah.
Torres. Yeah, I think this episode where he says you keep them, that was all we're gonna get with that. We're not gonna see the new Falcon. It's too fast. They can't do much with it right now where people will get excited. I think that little Easter egg that they dropped in this episode was good enough to get people excited.
Any Wakandans in this episode?
Oh, I hope. Because like you said that it's like an army of super soldiers, so they might need people to fight with them. So yeah, maybe the Wakandans will come to the rescue and come fight.
Where's these other Avengers at? Where's the friend Avengers doing? Why aren't they getting War Machine to do anything?
Well, Thor's chilling. He's in the space.
Smart Hulk.
I don't know what Hulk is doing. He's grieving.
No.
Right? He's sad.
Yeah. Why is he sad?
He lost his girl.
Oh, yeah, yes.
He was very angry, and he didn't really get to process. All he did is throw something in the water, so. And then he's like, for Natasha, and I don't think that's enough. I mean, she didn't let him smash, so No, Hulk got a smash, man. Okay. So I think he's still depressed. Who else is left? Iron Man, my man.
Hawkeye. He has on show, so
yeah. He's dealing with whatever he's dealing with. That we'll find out later.
His kids.
Yeah. Oh God, I hope it's not just him just being on his, what is it, a farm? Where was he in Endgame?
Yeah.
Hope that's not what's happening. Yeah. So I think they're all busy. Parker is busy being.
I mean, Peter Parker in New York. We're in New York. That'd be pretty cool if he got Spider-Man. I don't think it's realistic.
Sony won't let him. Sony won't let him. Yeah. He's in Sony prison, so.
I mean, they can use him.
They can,
for a TV show.
Anthony Mack he can't be bringing juice boxes. He's too busy.
That would be cool because they got great chemistry.
They do actually. Off screen, it's great. Yeah. But he's too busy bringing freaking Tom Holland his juice boxes. So you can't have Peter Parker. Yeah, who else is left? There was a lot in Endgame. Now I can't remember anyone.
Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man. Yeah, what the heck is he up to?
Doctor Strange. No, he's too busy.
He's too busy.
He's got one decision, so he's got one to deal with.
He's too busy. Yeah.
New Vision.
Yeah, Vision's busy being trapped in.
Again, the government. That's another government project. It's like maybe a
dark. The government is really busy. They got any employment for me? Like, y'all can create jobs left and right. I would like to apply. Come on now. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the Marvel universe.
The Skrulls.
Oh yeah, there's so much going on. How do they manage all of this? This is crazy to me. Like, I can't even keep characters in my head for more than like a month. Actually, I'm giving myself too much credit. I will forget everybody after all of this is done.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to rewatch it before something else starts because I will forget.
I was gonna say, we mentioned AO and how we love the General.
Yes.
Was she blipped?
Oh.
Because they have a scene. I remember like the scene is like there's no place to rest. Did they both get? I think did she stay, or then maybe just Black Panther disappeared? Because someone posted something of who was the king of Wakanda in those 5 years when Black Panther was gone.
That is a really, really good question.
And maybe they'll have to stick with that new king for the new show or the new movie.
Yeah, maybe. But did they guess who it was? Maybe it was the sister. Did she get?
Yeah, I mean, every comment was like, "It's the sister."
It's the sister.
I was like, maybe maybe the general is now the king of Wakanda, and now AO is. That's why we were seeing AO here instead.
Oh my God! I'll be so hyped if I love her. Oh my God, I'll be so hyped. Yes.
Right. That would be
okay.
Cool. She's
I do. Queen of Wakanda. Don't get me wrong. I do like the sister, but I don't know if she could carry the whole movie. Like the general, just like she carried the Black Panther movie to a certain degree for me, right? Like I was excited anytime she was on screen, more than like when T'Challa was like on screen, and he was great, but she was just like 10 times better, just because her arc was great. And
no, I didn't think maybe like everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be Shuri. I think if Okoye was like the new Black Panther, it'd be pretty cool. I mean, a lot of people are like, it's gonna be the other tribe guy, or it could be the Michael B. Jordan. It's like, no, I don't want him back. I don't want him back.
I mean, the only reason I would, because I know a lot of people, and like I didn't pick this up when I was watching it, and like that's a different, I guess, of experience as someone who's Black who's watching it and someone who's not. Like they really like got like his perspective as like an African American audience.
No, I understood his side. He was right for like what he did. Like his side of the story is right to a point. But
and a lot of people
I don't think he should be king.
That's true. A lot of people found, and like. Of course, Black Panther was great, right? Like his character itself, like he was very pure, and his logic and what he did and his drive to do it was his father's death and everything. But I think a lot of people related to Michael B. Jordan's character.
Yeah.
a lot more. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It's hard, right? Because he was such an iconic character, and the actor who played him, obviously, after his passing, holds a great place in everyone's heart. So it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we will see what happens with Black Panther 2, and we will see what happens in the finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier next week.
We're very excited. Yeah. All right, and that's all I had to say. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, then we'll talk to you guys next week.
Nice. That's great.